Hello my friends, welcome back to my world. My name is Lori, in case you didn't guess, and I'm super happy that you're here. As you can see, I'm in the kitchen. I was looking at my videos today and realized it's been forever since I've done anything with you guys in the kitchen. So today is what I call Hamburger Day. And what that means is about once every month or month and a half, I will order 10 pounds of fresh ground hamburger, not frozen, that I can make into things. And usually what I do with it is, well, I do a few things with it. Let's have a look. Before I forget, if you haven't subscribed, you should subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out. Let's have a look at what's going on in the kitchen. So 2 pounds of this has gone into a pot and been browned, and I've added a little bit of pepper, and I threw in some of my Thrive onion because I always add pepper and I always add Thrive onion when I'm cooking with hamburgers. So some of this is going to be for tonight's dinner, and some of it's just going to go into a container and into the freezer, and it'll just be marked hamburger, ready hamburger, and I can open it up and thaw it out and turn it into whatever. I know I need to do canning, and I have that beautiful brand new canner sitting back there, and I still have not done anything with it. I have to stop letting fear get in my way and just do it. And yeah, I guess the first step with any new canner, especially a pressure canner, is to first just do an empty can. Just, you know, get to know the pressure of the machine and how it works. Especially since I've never actually used a pressure canner before, other than my little Nesco, which you know what happened to that. And if you don't, you should go back and check when my Nesco blew a fuse halfway through a raw pack, which was not good. Anyway, so it prompted me to buy an actual canner, and yeah, I still haven't used it. So anyway, one of these days I will do. Anyway, back to Hamburger Day. I've got this beef that's ground up, and then I'll show you what else I'm going to do with the other 8 pounds that are in my fridge tonight. Okay, so first things first. I'm going to cover this with tin foil. I'm going to slice this beautiful loaf of French bread in half, and then I'm going to dig out the bits from the inside and put them here. And then over here into my hamburger, like you can see, I've taken a bunch of it out, and I'm going to add some of my Thrive green peppers, some pre-canned spaghetti sauce. What is this? Tomato and basil, in case you can't read that in French. And what else? Oh, some mushrooms. I've got some Thrive mushrooms that are going to go in there too. And then I'm making a stuffed French bread for dinner tonight. Everything in the kitchen should be an experiment. And so this is actually the first time I've made this particular dish. I'm sure I've seen it other places or heard of it other places, because why else would I think to do this? I just know we've had trouble getting regular bread, the regular bread that we usually order. We've had problems getting that at our grocery store recently, so we've resorted to using other types of breads, some of it being this French bread that I got from a local bakery. What I'm going to do is line the bread in here with some cheese before I put my sauce on there, so that way my sauce doesn't just melt into the bread and make the bread soggy, because I don't mind having a nice cheesy gooey layer there, but I do not like soggy bread. I don't know what your thoughts on soggy bread are, but those are mine. I'm going to throw, this is a little bit of Parmesan, what is it? Parmesan, mozzarella, provolone, Gouda. Yeah. So it's up like a pizza mixture. Should have put a little bit of fennel in that. Maybe I'll do that. Hang on one sec. I'm going to go get just a little bit of fennel. Adding that fennel, in my opinion anyway, just kind of gives that sauce a little bit of a pizza flavor, which I am quite happy with, making my French bread into a pizza tasting kind of dish. So let's get to it. So that is about a pound of hamburger or so. I guess I could have measured it, but you know me. I don't. That's why I'm a cook and not a baker. Because when you bake, you have to be very precise. Baking is quite precise. Cooking is not. Cooking is not precise. Cooking is an experiment. And you can play with different flavors and find out what you like. Okay, so I've got my mushrooms and my peppers and my onions already in there, so I'm not going to worry about adding any more veggie. I'm just going to add some more of this cheese on top. My pizza cheese. And then I also have some cheddar cheese here that I'm going to add. I forgot how annoying that fan can be. I hope I've been talking over it loudly enough so that you're able to hear me and not just the fan. Anyway, this is ready to go into the oven. I've got the oven at 350 degrees, and I'm going to give that 20 minutes and take a look at it, and we'll go from there. Breadcrumbs aren't going to go to waste either. I'm actually going to turn them into croutons for our dinner tonight. So I'm just sprinkling them with a little bit of, this is like a kind of a Montreal spice, steak spice. And I'm just gonna mix that around a little bit. You can see I'm over top of my pan that's already been cleaned. I'm going to go ahead and spray the bottom of this with just some cooking spray so I don't have a lot of stickage to deal with. And I'm actually going to put some olive oil in here, a couple of tablespoons. I don't want to put that down on there. And I'll put a little bit more of my spice mix in there, because you gotta have a little bit of spice on your croutons, right? And we'll shake that around. Go ahead and dump them out. And spread them out. And I'm gonna wait a few minutes, and then I will throw them in the oven and they can crisp up. So I totally didn't even show you how this turned out, and it's mostly gone now. The croutons were fabulous. Let's go take some of this to Mima and see what she thinks. How were your croutons?
They were delicious.
I'd just pick this up and eat it, or you might want to cut it with a fork. I don't know. It's stuffed French toast.
Stuffed French toast.
Mm-hmm.
Stuffed French toast.
Yeah.
Is that on?
Yeah. I want to see if you like it or not.
Is that Parmesan?
No, there's no Parmesan in there. Just eat it.
It's a smelly cheese.
Eat it.
It's smelly.
Just eat it, you big baby.
Not bad.
Not bad?
It's weird.
What do you mean it's weird? Weird how?
I don't know.
Maybe you're weird.
That could be. It tastes like something I've never tasted before. Is this another experiment?
Everything in the kitchen is an experiment, Mom. Is it good, though? Eh.
I don't care if I never have it again.
But you're going to eat it because you're starving? That's why I starve her. So she'll eat my experiments. What don't you like? Is it the fennel? Is it too fennel-y?
I don't know. It might be. Is that those little black things?
Well, the little black things are bugs.
Well, I hear the World Economic Forum says that we're going to be eating bugs.
Yeah, crickets apparently.
Not going to be eating meat.
No, we're going to eat bugs. I'm going to starve to death. Well, I'm going to go see how Dave liked it.
Wrong.
What did you think?
To proceed democratically. Is that a
Did you like it?
No.
No, you didn't like it at all? You did like it. Did you think it tasted weird?
You talking to your mother?
Yeah?
Everything tastes weird to her.
Okay. So it's normal then.
I liked it.
Okay, good. Well, there's more. Mom doesn't like it, so there's even more.
What's her complaint?
She says it tastes weird.
Maybe
She can't define weird, but
yeah, because it doesn't taste like cookies or cake.
that could be the problem. I'm doing things a little bit differently today. I usually take pretty much all of this hamburger and I mix it up with my spice mixture and I turn it into hamburgers that I then freeze and meatloafs that I then freeze. Well, meatloaf is not super popular around here, so what I've decided to do actually with 4 pounds of it, I am going to brown it. Now I browned a couple of pounds earlier and froze one and ate the other one, or we ate the other one. And so I've got 4 in here in my pot and I'm going to let that brown while I make my my hamburger mixture to make my hamburgers. And so then I'll have 4 pounds of hamburgers and 4 pounds of already cooked burger. Now I promise, by the next time I do this, like I buy 10 pounds of hamburger probably once, I don't know, once every 2 or 3 months, and that usually lasts us pretty good. And I do it because I do it all at once because I like having the convenience of having my own homemade hamburger patties that I can take from frozen and throw on the grill or throw on the griddle or whatever I want to do and have them ready just straight from frozen. And so that's what I'm doing. And then I'm going away in July, so I want to leave Mom and Dave with some things that will be easy for them to put together and eat. So having some already cooked hamburger might help with that. And, putting it together with some other things. Having some manwich sauce or something on hand that they don't have. I usually make it from scratch, but I can have some on hand that they can actually use, right? So here are the ingredients for my meatloaf, or for my hamburgers. So I do have some fresh onion, and this is some fresh garlic from out of my garden. And then I put in ketchup, a little bit of barbecue sauce, doesn't matter what kind, some Worcestershire sauce, some HP sauce, and then I've got some onion powder here just in case I need it, a little bit of my homegrown paprika, it's almost all that's left. And then I also have some Thrive onions, and these are the diced onions, or the chopped onions, not the slices, so these are small. And then I also have some of these mixed peppers and oatmeal and 1 egg per 2 pounds. I'm not going to share the amounts of anything because, as I have mentioned many times in cooking, it's all about taste. It's all about what you like. So you put whatever you want in it. I find that there's enough sugar between, you know, the HP and the ketchup and the barbecue sauce. There's plenty of sugar in there already. If I were making my own sauce, I would probably add a little bit of sugar, but for the hamburgers themselves, I'm not going to add any more sugar than what those things will already add. And I like using the freeze-dried and dehydrated veggies in these because when I'm cooking them, it really helps to soak up any excess fat. So, I mean, you like to have the fat because you like the flavor, right? But nobody wants a fatty, greasy burger. So this really helps, having the freeze-dried veggies in there. They soak up that extra fat that tries to come out, and you end up with a nice, juicy, flavorful burger. So, yeah, I use my Thrive. Here we go again, cooking with Thrive. You should try it. By the way, I am a consultant, and so if you have any questions or you want to get your own Thrive, you can certainly ask me any questions, or there is a link down below to my Thrive affiliate store where you can get signed up all on your own there. So I'm happy to help if you would like help, and happy to let you do it all on your own if that is what you would prefer. Anyway, I better get to mixing up my meat and give this a stir, and I'll come back and show you what I do with my burgers just before I throw them in to freeze them. So before I turn all of this already seasoned meat into hamburgers, I want to taste it and see if it's any good. Now, you don't want to eat raw hamburger because you never know what could happen. So I'm going to take just a little bit of this and I'm going to make myself a little miniature hamburger patty. And I'm going to come over here, and I've actually been using my cast iron skillet lid as a lid on my ground beef that's bubbling away there. And I'm just going to throw that down there and cook that up. We'll give it a taste. And if it's good, we'll get our hamburger patties ready and into the freezer. And then we're pretty much done. I just bring them back in tomorrow and bag them up, and there you go, fresh burger. So this will cool here for about, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes. And I'm going to go and take this little mini burger here in to have Dave give it a try. And we'll see how it is. He loves this part.
You don't want to give me $24,000, you're a scumbag.
What?
You don't want to cancel my student debt, you're a scumbag. I don't agree with every single conservative principle. Again, I'm politically homeless.
Yeah,
Is
that's
part of the
right.
reason
Is it good?
why, for me,
All right.
living in the U.S., being an American didn't
If it
work.
passed the Dave's test, it's good to go. He is the boss. So my burgers are all done. I got 15 burgers and a dozen meatballs. So yeah, that was pretty easy. I also have 5 pounds in individual packages that are cooked and frozen and in the freezer, just ready to be heated up and thrown into some sauce, and there you go. There you have dinner. So that is nice. And yeah, I guess that's it for today. It's actually the next day because I had to let everything freeze and cool and package it up, and you can hear Tabby down there yelling at me again. Anyway, I'm going to say goodbye now because it's time once again to make dinner. And I'm going to go and do that and get these back in the freezer in their bags. And yeah, so thanks for coming and hanging out today. I really do appreciate your time. And I will see you soon. Take great care of yourself.